presentation. I was like, clinical presentation, clinical presentation. I have never done anything that has to do with clinical, medical, but I said, no problem, I will do this. I will do this. And here I am doing it today. So that is it. I may not be giving the clinical examples, your medical terms. I may not be using that, but I want to believe that what I'm saying will help you when you are giving that clinical presentations that you are an authority in. So that is it. Don't look at people and say, or don't see it and say, oh, I don't think this is beyond me. I can't do it. No, I am going to fail. No. Visualize them nodding positively to what you're saying. It will help your mind. It will help you work on your mind. See them laughing at your jokes. See them saying, yes, wow. It will help you when you're giving the real presentation. Even though when you're giving the real presentation, they don't do that. But within you, give yourself the benefit of the doubt that, wow, maybe they're not expressive, but they are really enjoying it. It will give you that confidence to speak even further. That is just it. So use the power of visualization. It is a thing of the mind, so maximize it. Then number 6, concentrate on the importance of your message. This is very important. You see, speaking is not just about you. It is not just about how you look. It is not just about your speaking ability, how powerfully you speak and all of that. It is about the message. Without a message, there is no speech. Without a message, there is no speech. So what is the value of that message? How important is that message in the lives of the people you are going to be speaking to? Let's assume you want to talk about the negative effects of drug abuse to some teenagers that you're seeing. You're seeing as teenagers, you're seeing what they're doing and you're not comfortable. Yes, sometimes they abuse, they use these hard drugs on themselves now. Teenagers do it. And you see, you see it, you're disturbed. You want to speak to them, you want to talk to them. And then you're asking yourself, oh, I'm not sure I am good enough to talk to this set of teenagers. I'm not sure I can do this. I'm not sure I am. You're always giving excuses. And then you hear one day that, oh, one of these people died because of excessive use of hard drugs. You would blame yourself. You would say, oh, I wish I had spoken to this person. Maybe this person would have had a change of mind and maybe turn around to live a better life. You begin to blame yourself. So don't say it is about how good you sound when you speak or how you're not good. Don't tell yourself that. It is about the message. Your message can change a life. Your message can save a life. That message you have to offer, it can change everything for a community, for a society, for an individual. Sometimes we have gifts to talk to people, but we just don't realize it. So you hear about suicide everywhere, people taking sniper. Sniper is meant to kill, to the best of my knowledge, rodents. But you hear people taking it as though it is tea. And you know you have this power, you have this speaking ability in you. You know that there's this, you are good with motivational speeches. You can talk to a set of people and they will be uplifted. They will no longer be demoralized because it is depression that makes people go for suicide. Why don't you say something? Why don't you pass that message, that very important information you have to pass? it will save a life. So stop hiding. Come out and give that presentation, that powerful presentation, because you are made for more. You can give powerful presentation that would change everybody, that would change the society, change people around you. So it's just about organizing yourself well and time given now. So number 7, think positively. The fact that your previous presentations may not have gone well doesn't mean the subsequent ones will not go well. I repeat this. The fact that your previous presentations may not have gone well does not mean that your subsequent presentations will not go well. So don't say, oh, I failed on the previous one. This is not for me. I can't do this. I give up on this. I can't do this. No. Let me tell you, remember I said, every failure is an experience. Have you ever seen a successful person without failures, without history of failures? No. We have Abraham Lincoln. Bring it down to Nigeria. Our president, do you know how many times he tried before he got elected in 2011, or what was that year again? He tried different times. I'm talking about democratically. So don't you ever give up. Don't say the fact that you've tried before and it did not go well means that it is not for you. What should you do? Ask yourself, why did that previous presentation not go well? What is it I should have done? Always have someone who will assess your presentation. What is it that I should have done that I did not do? Gather all those experiences and use it to make a better presentation in your subsequent ones. So don't say, I cannot do this. I have done it 10 times and it's not working well for me, so it means this is not for me. No, continue. Just try to develop yourself every time. If you try to do something and it's not working out, don't do it the same way again. Do it in a different way. Don't do the same thing the same way and you're expecting a different result. It will not happen that way. You will not get a different result. You will keep getting the same result every time. So if you do it this time, it did not go well, try another way. If it doesn't go well, try another way. There are thousands of ways, millions of ways you can try. So that is it. And then, okay, number 8 now is look good. Your looks will give you confidence. Before you take up any microphone, look good. Yes, you might say, maybe just a present. Please, if you're the type who is okay with doing makeup, you do it. Make your hair nice. Wear good clothes. Look cheerful. Looking good is not about everything you put on. Sometimes your smiles work like magic. So look good, because looking good is what? Good business. Your looks will give you confidence. It will make you speak with power and authority. So look good. And don't say, let me just low-key, I don't need to. No low-key when you're giving a presentation. You need to be at the top of your game. So always look good, because looking good is good business. And to make people give you this very warm reception, to make your audience even comfortable to listen to you, because sometimes people feel uncomfortable when you're looking disturbing. When you're not looking good, sometimes it's disturbing to your audience. They are wondering, why is this combination? Why are you doing this? You understand? So you don't want to make them distracted. You want to always look good. So number 10, speak right. Speak right. Work on your diction. Yes, I know it is about clinical. It is about pharmaceutical. Maybe you don't need to work on your diction. Maybe you just need to say it the way and work on your diction. Your diction is your power. Your diction is your power. You want now, when I say work on your diction, I want to believe everything I have been saying, everyone has been following. You understand every word I pronounce. Speaking right, I will always say it. Faking your accent. You can hear me clearly. It is not about speaking through your nose. It is not about rolling your tongue at every point, pronouncing because as because. That is not what speaking right is about. It is about clarity. Using the right stress placement. It shows a high level of intelligibility. Using the right intonation when you are speaking. That is why before you can come up to the radio to speak, you have to, you need to be very good with speaking, because the people listening to you, they are not seeing you, they are not seeing your facial expressions, which will in most cases reinforce what you have said verbally. But all they can see is your voice. That's when you're doing the radio. So that is why, now let's take it out of the radio. When you speak, sometimes your pronunciation could be misleading. Not everybody knows that there is a difference in these words, P-O-O-L and P-U-L-L. Everybody will call it pool and pool. But there's a difference. P-O-O-L is pool and P-U-L-L is pull. So when you need something, when you want to pull something, don't say pull it closer. You say pull it closer, not pull. Now let me just give us a short story. Someone once, let me use just two. Mr. A was asking Mr. B a question, and he said, Mr. B, let me ask you a question. Do you know what Mr. B did? Mr. B brought out a gun, getting ready to defend himself. And Mr. A said, why are you bringing out a gun? I just want to ask you a question. Mr. B said, I need to defend myself. I guess you want to ask me. I don't know whether you're going to get an axe from somewhere and axe me. So before you use the axe, I can be fast enough to use my gun. It's not a real story. It's just to tell you how the way you speak could be misleading. So he was supposed to say, ask. Let me ask you a question. There is this client I trained, I think 3 months ago. He's from the UK. He said why he ran to my page was because he went to the supermarket someday and he met the attendant and said, I need a towel. The attendant, because he searched around, he couldn't find it, so he decided to go meet the attendant. He said, I need a towel. The attendant said, you know the way with a British accent, towel, what do you mean by towel? I don't understand. Towel. Sorry, we don't have that here. Said, towel. And then he saw it and then pointed to it. And the attendant said, oh, you mean a towel? It's the correct pronunciation is towel and not towel. So you might say, it is Nigeria. We don't need that. Forget it. Always be at the top of your game wherever you find yourself. If you have to speak the English language at all, if you consider the English language a language worth speaking, then speak it right. Speak it the right way. You can never mislead people when you speak the right way. And remember, speaking the right way is not about rolling your tongue, speaking through your nose, or just faking, using the wrong intonation. No, it is about clarity. So that is it. Speak right. It makes people want to even listen to you. It's increases your credibility. That is it. It will open doors for you, many doors for you. So that's it. And then number 11, I have gone past my time. Okay, I think I just have 2 more points to go. I'm not seeing everyone. I don't understand what's happening. Nobody's video is turned on, and I feel I am talking to myself.
We are with you.
Okay. At some point, I thought I was talking to myself. Okay, thank you. So, number 11, your audience are your friends. Some people, some people just sometimes just see people and they conclude, these people would not like me. These people, like coming here, seeing everybody turning off their video, I might just conclude and be taken aback. I'm not sure those people like my presentation. But no, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I know that you cannot leave here today without learning something. I am very confident of that fact. And because I am confident of that fact, I want to do more. Now, your audience are your friends. Don't say, these people, they're not. Maybe you've had maybe an issue with a certain group of people before, and you just assume and conclude that they would not like your presentation. No. They are your friends. So when you consider your audience, your friends, you would speak with authority, you would speak with power, you would speak with ease. Never feel intimidated. I know we have doctors here, we have professors here, people that on a good day, I could not even stand in their presence to speak. But I am not taken aback. I am not in any way feeling intimidated, because I know what I've got, and you should know what you've got as well. You might make some mistakes, but yes, we are not perfect. People make mistakes. You should only learn from your mistakes and don't drown in them. So that is it. Don't feel intimidated. Always be at the top of your game, and it will help you on the long run. And the last point, breathe. Breathe. Before you go to speak, especially when you're feeling tense, you do this. Breathe in, out. You do that like 10 times, and it will help you calm your nerves. You'll feel relaxed. You just realize, this world is a wonderful place after all. Why am I feeling tensed? Or sometimes you can just play this music. I relax with the music like this when I'm feeling tense and I feel everything is just upon me. I see trees in there, and I said to myself, what a wonderful world. Music, songs like that will help you relax. So that is it. Thank you very much. And I hope I did not speak out of line. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your presence. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
My pleasure.
You'll agree with me that was a wonderful presentation. So nice to have you on board, ma'am. So doing justice to the topic of today, which is delivering your clinical presentation with power and confidence, was by Mrs. Catherine Onyejiaka. Thank you very much, ma'am.
My pleasure.
Yes. So I'd like to recognize some of the dignitaries in our midst. We have with us the immediate past chairman of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Kwara State Branch, Pharmacist Bakau Oyinloye Ali. It's good to have you here, sir. I'd also like to appreciate the presence of Dr. Ademola from Uganda, and also Dr. Abdurrahim from US, the Director of Pharmaceutical Services in our midst, and also the HODs in our midst. Thank you very much for joining us. So we'll be going into the question and answer section.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So we're going to the question and answer section, and I'd like each and every one of us to come up with questions. But if we don't want to speak up, we can use the box chat, the chat box, to send in our questions for Mrs. Catherine to go through them and answer the questions. So I'd like to open the floor, if I may.
No problem, you can.
Okay. So my question is on diction, because I discovered that in Nigeria, like you rightly said, a lot of people feel that speaking well has to do with rolling your tongue or talking through your nose. And then they end up modeling up their sentences. So I'd just like to ask, how can we work more on our diction and not fake it? Like to actually develop the right diction, either for British English or for, the American English, without faking our diction. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I would say there is no end to knowledge. If you don't want to get a training, there's so many pronunciation tips on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. There are different pages that will help you. So that is if you don't want to, if for someone who doesn't want to pay for it, just wants to learn slowly and steadily. I have someone who registered for my training. The person speaks very well, but maybe some just finishing touches. She speaks so well. I asked her, did you register for any training before now? She said no, that she has been following some pages on Instagram and some from YouTube, and she's been working on herself, although gradually, and she was able to achieve that eloquence. So if you are determined to do that, you can do it. You can also register for trainings. You can buy pronunciation CDs. You can buy online pronunciation courses. You can do all of those. So I believe if you want to be good in any field, you just need to take a professional course on that field and you're good to go. So that will really help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So please, let's kindly unmute ourselves and ask our questions.
You can raise your hand up if you have any question. So that has to go.
We'd like to recognize the presence of Dr. Felicia Williams as well, from the Department of Clinical Pharmacy, University of Ilorin. Happy to have you on board, ma'am.
Thank
Okay,
you.
there's a question from Mr. Olumide Shoyemi. So the question says, what advice do you have for a person who wants to make a presentation to a group whose accent is different from yours?
Okay, difference from
Did you
mine?
get that, ma?
Yes, I got it. You don't need my accent. You don't need my accent. You don't need to speak the way I speak. So long as you're clear. I believe everyone has it. Even people I train don't speak like me. So you have your different way. Maybe what you're trying to say is who does not speak or try to observe their pronunciations the way I do. If that is what you mean, then you will just have to improve on it. Yes, but don't let that take you back because I gave how many tips today? About 12. So that's just one out of 12. It does not mean you cannot give a powerful presentation without maybe observing the right diction. No. Yes, at the end of the day, people will understand you. But there's something called, this person, it's just to spice it up. To spice it up and to sound clearly, not to mislead anyone with your pronunciation. Sometimes some people need to spell some words. Which pool are you talking about? Is it P-O-O-L or P-U-L-L or P-U-L-L? But if you're speaking right, you don't need to do all that. You understand? So you don't need my accent. You don't need to speak the way I speak. Do you, but do it right. Speak the way you speak, but try to improve in the way you speak every day. So not just diction, your diction is not the only thing that will make you have a powerful presentation. No, there are many other things. There are many other factors. So just try to improve yourself in these different factors I have highlighted. So that's just it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there any other question for Mrs. Catherine?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, yeah. Mrs. Catherine, we really appreciate the confidence and poise that you displayed, despite you're in the midst of professionals. Like you rightly said, you have never made any presentation to this kind of professionals. But the fact that you're confident, you're poised, shows that you are very good at making presentations. And bringing these kind of skills to clinical presentation can be very captivating. So we really appreciate you and want to encourage you to continue in the same way.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. Any other comment or question?
Can I make a comment?
Yes, please, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. This is just a comment on how I was able to get rid of my stage fright. I started with my family, with my wife and kids, and I have my first daughter. She will criticize you like an adult. So I will sit in front and read stuff to them, and she will, basically destroy me. So it was a good learning experience. Just a tip for everybody. If you don't want to face the public. I wonder if guest speaker has a comment about that, about using that tactics.
Yes, that is very important. First, I love the fact that you mentioned that your first daughter would criticize you. So some people might want to take that for granted, but if you know what presentation is, you would want to accept that criticism and accept even more in advance. Because when you give the real speech, you might even get more, far more than what she did. So she's helping you prepare. Remember what I said, before you speak in larger audiences, you start with smaller groups. So the smaller group could be your family, your friends. You understand? Tell them to criticize you. If you speak and everybody said, wow, great, 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 then know that these people are not telling you the truth. You understand? Tell them to tell you where you were. I always want to do that, especially when I go for any training and they tell me, okay, come and make your presentation. Even when I did my on-air personality training, everybody's like, Catherine this, Catherine that, because they saw me on Instagram and they feel Catherine is everything. I said, no, please tell me where I have gone wrong, because you're not encouraging me. If you don't tell me where I have gone wrong, then I'll just keep doing the same thing on the same level. So I need you to tell me where I've gone wrong so I can improve. So that is it. That is a very good one. Now, just to lighten up the mood a bit, my daughter would do the same thing to everybody that comes to the house. You dare not pronounce any word the wrong way. She will correct you. No, Uncle Mike, it is this. It is not television, it's television. She will correct you on the spot. You even get tired of her. So children are like that, and you encourage them to do it, but just advise them to do it with cautiousness and respect, so that nobody goes out there to slap them one day. But that is a good one. Well done, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma. And thank you, Dr. Malik, for your comments. Please, any other question or comments, additions, as the case may be? Pharmacist Grace Joshua, let's have your comment. Pharmacist Grace. Can you hear us? Grace.
Yes, I can.
Let's have your comments or
Thank you
question.
very much for the wonderful presentation. I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. It's wonderful. Nice. Thank you very much, ma'am.
My pleasure.
Pharmacist, I want to add that Mrs. Ketri has many products, not only for pharmacists, but for children and people going
Okay.
out. They can buy from. That's my comment.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, that's nice. Maybe we would have to get across to her after today's presentation. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't get what Dr. Bello said.
I said Mrs. Ketri has some products that our children can use to improve their addiction and area of so we can meet her later for those products.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes. Okay. So in the absence of further questions and comments, because of our time, can we have the vote of thanks from Dr. Adeola Kola Mustafa? Dr. Mustafa Ma.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, thank you very much for the honor, and I thank the presenter. It was something different, and I'm happy I attended the lectures. It was something different, and it's something that is resonates with everyone. There is no medical practitioner that wouldn't need to present at any point in time. So thank you very much, madam, for all the tips you've given us, and it's all well taken. And the thank you to the director of the pharmacy department, University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, for always giving the platform for all these presentations, and all the organizing committee, the education committee, headed by Dr. Bello, and everyone that's worked to make this come up every week. We are all proud of the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital Department of Pharmacy for what they do every week. It's unique, and it's been a lot of resource for everyone. And thank you, everyone. We don't take people that join in for granted. Using your data to join in, it's something that we appreciate. And then we thank you for always being there. And of course, we thank God for life. We thank God for the wisdom, and we thank God for the capability to actually, take in everything that we are being taught every week. Thank you very much, and thank God for all we have.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
nice seeing everyone.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dr.
nice.
Kola Mustafa.
Thank you,
Good day. How
Thank
are you
you, ma.
coping with the cold? Dr.
Fine,
Mustafa?
Thank you very much. I'm
How is
wearing my
that too
thermal.
chilly?
It's cold, but I'm wearing my thermal.
Ah, that's fine.
Thank you.
We wish you safe.
Thank you very much.
So once again, thank you, everybody. Next year it will be another day for us. We thank Ms. Ketri.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
It's good to
honoring
be in the midst of
high
high-profile people like this, doctors from different parts of the world. I feel honored. Thank you.
It is by Dr. Adimola. Thank you, Dr. Ibrahim. Thank you, everybody. Thanks so much.
All right.
Now,
Thank you.